And when we talk about stalking, it might be something we joke about, but in reality, it can be terrifying and psychologically damaging. In fact, more than 7 million people fall victim to it each year. Joining us now is relationship expert, Dr. V. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
In all seriousness, because there's a lot of jokes going, oh, quit stalking or you're stalking. At what point does it become like you're being persistent and maybe not taking no for an answer and you're being a little aggressive to straight out stalking?
Right. Well, you bring up a great point that we've sort of normalized the term stalking.
Right.
So when does it become a crime? When is it inappropriate? And let's just define what stalking is first.
Yes.
So a lot of times we'll see it as bullying or harassment, but it's way more than that. It's someone forcing you to have a relationship with you against your will through manipulation and intimidation. That's what stalking is.
Is that when it crosses over to criminal, or that's just the definition of stalking?
Now, every state has its own what passes for a criminal in terms of stalking. So it could be entering your property. It could be damaging, your goods. It could be showing up to your workplace. So the idea of stalking and the idea of when does it cross the line, because we've all done this kind of thing where we're looking on Facebook, we're looking at someone's Instagram, we're trying to get information about people.
But without their knowledge, is it still considered stalking? That's more cyber stalking. Like, I feel like a lot of girlfriends do that. / wives.
Well,
like check in, right?
Too.
Sure,
men
right.
Too do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, when does it cross the line? So a healthy obsession is you want to be invited into someone's home. Stalking is that person's already in your home. And that is really something to think about, that they already have all of your information. They can track you. And by the way, we help with this behavior by posting where we are, where we're eating, what we're eating. We track behavior. People can track our behavior. Advertisers can track our behavior.
Right.
And a lot of times it does become cyber stalking. Like you were saying, you can put cameras in a computer and your entire conversations can be recorded. They have pens now.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So what are red flags to look for to know that it's getting into the dangerous?
That is a great question. So some of the red flags would be someone just shows up unexpectedly at your place.
That's the worst.
That is very scary.
Yeah.
Someone damages your property. Unwanted texts, emails. But the most important thing that people forget about is their instinct.
Listen to your gut. They say, especially for women, that we do not listen to our gut.
If you feel afraid and if you feel intimidated, that feeling is real.
How does that conversation work in telling the person that, you know what, I feel uncomfortable or this is getting to a point? That's got to be a tough conversation.
Another great question, because what you do not want to do is ignore that person. You want to confront them. And you want to let them know as nice as possible that you don't want to have this relationship. And it helps you gather more information, because if they don't leave you alone, it's time to start documenting texts, emails, conversations, so that when you do go to the police, you have documentation of all of this.
Is there anything else not to do? Because I feel like I always do the wrong thing.
Well, for you, don't ignore your instincts.
Gotcha.
They're always right. Always. So if you get that feeling that something's wrong, something is.
So don't ignore and do address the person.
Yes, do address. It's one of those things where, like, we often in our society, we're like, oh, just let it go. It'll go away. Yeah. Don't worry about it. You know, those shouts in the dark over the internet. If someone is stalking you, do not ignore that.
Great stuff.
And
Thank
guys,
you
watch
so
you, by the way, if you can. Great to see you. So cute.
All right. For more from Dr. V, check out her book, Bad Advice.